Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today, Stacey and I shall be discussing The Ruthless by Tyler Perry, Season 1, Episode 23. We got one more episode left. The season finale will be next week, and things are getting bad for the peoples involved. Again, in Tyler Perry's style, he ends with the most important scene, which is Andrew confronting his cheating wife, Sarah, and his shit-ass friend, Malcolm. How do you think this is going to turn out, Stacey? Is anybody walking away from this?
I was thinking he was going to kill them both, but then where's the kid? Like, does he even care about the kid? Is he going to take the kid back to the cult with him? Like,
what's the plan, bro? What's the plan? You got a son.
You going to kill the kid so you don't have witnesses?
He may do the whole like murder-suicide thing. Just go to the Raku. He may be so far gone. He's like, my child and I are going to the Raku. That's the only way we could be whole. Because he definitely has drunk the Kool-Aid and the semen, if you will. I'm sorry, my bad.
The seed.
My bad. Because he got seeded and now he's committed. I mean, truly, even without the Raku, I would imagine the average husband who finds out that his wife is sleeping with his coworker would just kill him anyway. I mean, I don't think you need a religious figure to tell you might want to resolve this situation, possibly with violence. It just helps. It just helps to get him from point A to point B. And he has talent waiting for him.
The highest sent him to kill his wife.
Yes.
But they don't think that he would be like the first suspect and they would come storm the compound to find him to arrest him for murder?
You are assuming that the authority, which they do, but you assume that the authorities know that he is a part of the compound and this is in fact his wife. And the sheriff in town where the commune is at doesn't know any of that. I mean,
but Brian knows, and Brian is working with the sheriff.
Yes, but they don't know that Brian is also undercover FBI agent, and the fact that Andrew is in fact the undercover FBI agent that went rogue and now is part of the group. Because so as much as Daikon has been investigating this man's footsteps, literally his footsteps, and getting to his life, he has done any like basic shit like figure out that this man is actually a police officer, which shouldn't be that hard.
So I saw some commentary on another review that remember when they brought Lynn to the house?
Yes.
And we were wondering why they didn't do like any type of due diligence or whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody was saying that it was possibly Andrew was the one that brought her home. Therefore, that's why nothing ever got back to the compound.
Nah, I disagree. Daikon was the one because Daikon was the one that mainly, I guess, raped her when she passed out of the drugs, and Daikon knew of her, like he was quite familiar with her. It wouldn't have been just Andrew. One, Daikon wouldn't have let him do it by himself because he don't trust Andrew. So even if Daikon was, if Andrew was involved, Daikon would have been there just to make sure. And he knew where she lived because he went back to her house. And Daikon broke into Andrew/Sarah's house, so that's what he does also. So I mean, it this is bad writing or whatever. Selective, knowledge. We've seen that in other shows. Where, like Family Business. Like you don't do no basic research on the people that you're stalking and or working with. Yeah. But anyway,
baby with.
Huh?
And had a baby with.
And have a baby with. So this. So speaking of that,
none of the siblings look familiar, but okay, whatever.
we're that's another show. That's another review. But for this, so now we got the other couple, right? So now we got we got Sarah. So Sarah just found out once again that Malcolm beat up his wife again, Cynthia, and somehow she's like. Sarah's cool with that. Like she's not seeing a pattern that this man is violence and maybe not the one she needs to be committing her life to.
I think she's just desperate at this point. Her husband left her. Because like in the beginning of the series, she was looking for her husband. I want my husband back. Yes. And now is Malcolm all of a sudden that you have sex with one time, allegedly. But now all of a sudden, this is the man you want to be with.
Well, now they acknowledge the fact that a long-term affair, and he hasn't been seated by the highest. So I'm pretty sure somewhere in her mind, she's like, Andrew is gone, and I need to move on to bigger and better things. But you got Lynn. Lynn got Brian, and ain't appreciate the fact that she got a good man. That Cynthia's trying to let her know, man, you don't appreciate what you got until it's gone.
Boring. Well, he don't do drugs with you and rape you while you're intoxicated.
That's right. I want to go back to the tall men at the compound who drugged me up and took it from me. We need to get into this. We need to understand what happened to her being a teacher. What happened to her 2 degrees? Now she's like, I want to get back to being a police officer. How does joining a cult where they drug rape you the same thing? Like, I'm trying to figure out how she makes that connection. Like, and then Cynthia's like, they do drug testing, baby, right? Because you own that shit like on a regular basis. Like, this ain't for you. What happened to her parents coming for an intervention? Like, what happened to that?
What happened to anybody intervening? Brian is too busy running around chasing the Rakadishis, whatever.
To even worry about his drug out wife.
To worry about your crackhead wife.
And then,
she gonna sell all the silverware, all the TVs. Like,
he's gonna come back, that shit gone. Like, all of it gone. It can't be that hard to find drugs in DC. Like, I'm pretty sure you can find that anywhere. You don't need the Rakadushi for that. Like, I mean, I don't understand why she likes to so hooked.
They got that pure, uncut, holy high drugs,
which they get from Lilo, who uses children as drug mules, and is trying to get that worked out with the highest. So now they have to load up a truck full of kids, take them down to Mexico border from New York. I mean, from DC, all the way down to the Mexican border, swallow balloons with drugs in them, take them back up to Washington, DC area, have them shit them out, and then that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work.
They don't have to hold their shit for like 2 days. That's like a 2-day drive, isn't it?
That's a lot. This does not seem like a very like time and resource effective operation. Like, at all. And he's like, the cartels know that I'm important, so you can't kill me. Well, I'm sure if we kill you, they'll just replace you with somebody else, because we're the ones moving the drugs. They're the ones selling the drugs. You're just a middle person. I'm surprised like the highest doesn't call the cartels, since he used to be Crystal Ball, and be like, hey, we can work this out directly. Channel into your crystal ball and work this shit out. I was like, I don't know what's going on with you, highest. One, he almost had Ruth cut off her own face because he was jealous that Daikon may have actually had some, woman love instead of all that man love.
Mm-hmm. And because she does that thing with her tongue. I'm surprised he didn't cut her tongue out.
Well, so he didn't hear about the tongue action. Like, he didn't hear, like, that's what I'm saying. So if Daikon learns the tongue action, gives the tongue action to the highest, he may be like, where'd you learn that from? Was that from that whole Ruth? Yes. Yeah, it may be interesting. And then that's interesting. She was like, why? He was like, why are you crying during the ceremony? I was like, she's like, you had hundreds, thousands of men in you. I'm like, that's pretty messed up, man. Don't say she was ran up through like that. That's not okay. She should have said, you had a lot of men run up in you too.
I mean, he really would have went whoosh.
I mean, heard Lilo, he was, apparently the highest was crying when he was getting it in prison.
Right. I guess he turned the tables or turned the buns in the other direction.
I don't know how Lilo even knew that. He really shouldn't know that. I mean, he's the parole officer, not the prison officer. So I'm like, anyway, it's something to put in the script. So we just got to see. Anyway, so I thought I knew Ruth was going to be all right, but clearly the highest is upset, and he had to make sure Daikon knows how much so that put Daikon in a very strange position, right? Because he cares for both of them in his own way. Mm-hmm. So, like, how do you convince your one lover not to kill your other lover?
I don't know.
Also,
why doesn't Ruth say she's pregnant with his child and then she's safe until at least till the baby gets here, right?
Because she was coronated, right? So you assume that by now she could say she's pregnant. I thought she was gonna fake the head, but the highest don't want head from a woman. I thought she's gonna be like. I think that's why we got disliked last episode. I think somebody thought I went too far. I was like, I'm just getting started. Yeah, I didn't know. My bad. But maybe I took the whole Tyler Perry second balls thing too far. I mean, it's whatever. It's just a thought. I could be wrong. I'm not wrong, but I could be. Anyway, so this is my thing. If Ruth has a samurai sword, kill the highest and be done with this shit. Like, he don't have guard. It's you and him, Ruth. You are a hardcore, like, hustler, prostitute, madam. I'm sure you've slashed a couple of people in your street time. Pick up the sword, and while you doing this dumb shit to your own face, go kill Bill and just cut this dude's head off and just walk out.
She should walk out with the head like this.
Yes.
I am now your leader.
Right? That's all kinds of balls right there. She like, look, now she drops the sword and keeps the head. She's like, now what? Bow to me. You eat what you kill. There you go. Just bring the shows together. That didn't make sense. And I'm like, she's like, look, I grew up in the streets. You eat what you kill. Here's the head. I now own the Rakadushi. Say, if you kill it, it belongs to you. No, Riddick. It was Riddick. You own what you kill. Something like that. Riddick, like in the second movie, he like owned the whole like evil, some bullshit. Like he accidentally killed the leader and he became the leader. So all these like warriors work for him because he killed the guy. So I'm like, they could put that in here, for example, and then Ruth would be in charge. And then she'll have to leave. And she can take care of her daughter because they're real big on making sure they mention that daughter. You don't see her, but they mention her quite a bit.
I wonder how they would take to a female leader, though.
Well, there is no gender, right? So you can be like the Rakadushi said.
We're all women. Aren't we all women?
We're all women. There's no gender here. Also, no age, which I would like to acknowledge that they said that crazy shit when Lilo was trying to rape the accountant. And I say to that, I mean, R. Kelly should be there then, because you don't believe age ain't nothing but a number to him. Maybe that's what inspired Tyler Perry to write this. I don't know. Anyway, my fault. So let's see who else is in bad in a sexual way. So Oliver's lover, what's her name?
Lacey.
Lacey's back. I mean, unfortunately, we found out she was raped. Sister mother.
You can't be raped if you're willing, according to elder mothers.
Elder mother don't give a fuck. Like she is sadistic, dude. I'm like, I can't wait for her to get hers. I mean, but that was wrong. She was like, "This wash yourself, you dirty." Like that accent is too much. It's too much. I don't know, man. I feel bad. Is this going to be what's going to get Oliver to like stand up and like be part of the revolution? That's what I'm saying. It's the point of this is to push him to the point that he's like, I'm ready to take action. We got to take over this commune. The highest is not for us, type of thing. Is this his last moment? I don't know. Tally, ain't no way in the world she's still pregnant. I'm just saying, like, we haven't heard anything about no baby. She ain't got no morning sickness. Again, she got beat up pretty good when the show started, so I'm pretty sure she probably had a miscarriage by now. I'd like to see the status of the baby at some sort. Lilo is just a hilarious stereotype. I mean, he is 100 all the time. Like it's too much. Even his photo on IMDb, he looks like a special needs thug. Like his eyes look like they're beady. Like he just looks mad. Like I'm like, what? Like, why are you always screaming? Like, what? Why is that? What kind of like audition was that? Just be upset for 5 minutes. Let's see what do. I'm tired of your shit. fuck you and bitch. There you go. There you go. You got the job. There you go. Just be upset and loud for no reason. And apparently, elder mother plan is to give this man laxatives. I guess he's gonna shit himself to death. Like, is that?
I don't know. I thought they would just make him high and happy for a little while and shoo him off.
That's what I thought. Or again, he just died of natural causes and just like bloop, and then what's he gonna do? Nothing. No one really knows he's there. They ain't got no phones, right? So he just died. I mean, if the cartel again comes looking for him, they're like, I mean, what you want us to do? We still move the heroin, so let's just keep this moving. Let's focus on the positive. We got opportunities here. I don't know. And then Clark. Yeah, I got it. Sorry, but when I look at Clark, I can't help but notice that his makeup is not right. Like, he looks not natural. Like, I feel like if any of you have seen Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, I feel like Clark looks like Dan Aykroyd at the end of the movie when he pretended to be a Jamaican. That's the vibe that I get. Like, he's in blackface, sort of, a little bit, but I don't know. I've got to put that out there. I just want to let you know that's how I feel about Clark in his situation. My bad. Where's Mac at? Like, where's Mac? Like, organizing his FBI agents? No. Oh, that's the other thing. So for Sarah to tell Andrew, "Well, I slept with Malcolm because you were gone for so long. All of you are undercover agents." Malcolm was on mission with Andrew on the same damn mission. So when do you have time to sleep with this man if they both undercover?
On his break.
He drives all the way back to DC to hump this dude's wife, not his own wife.
And apparently other FBI agents, according to Lynn, who just spilled all the tea. Oh yeah, he flirted with me. He flirted with all the women's that husbands are deployed or whatever. Like, what? You never mentioned this to your cousin?
Right, I'm like, cousin? You don't say that to your cousin? You're like, it's not my business. I mean, I don't get into it until, he beat you a couple of times and, then he tries to leave you for another woman. Then I might just have to let it out. You didn't ask. That's what she should have said. You didn't ask.
So while you having a miscarriage, he was over here flirting with me on Christmas.
That is murder right there. Like, if Sarah, if he doesn't, if Andrew doesn't kill Sarah, like, Sarah should just kill Andrew, like, right there. Like, bam, 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 bam. You flirt with somebody as I was getting over my Wasn't that in a Tyler Perry movie?
Oh.
I feel like some trifling shit like that happened. Like, Why Did I Get Married? Like, one of them.
I'm sure it did.
I don't know. It sounds familiar, Tyler Perry. Like a man just doing some trifling shit when the girl's having a miscarriage or just in the hospital. I can't put my finger on it. But speaking of fingers in the wrong place, where's River at? Where's River at? Where's Andrew? Was that his name? The poor kid whose butt was bleeding? Is that him?
William.
Where's William at? Not eating? I mean, what? These are all characters that Ruth could bring together to lead the revolution. I don't know. I just need to know what's going on with these things. Yeah. So, and then Brian is hanging out with the sheriff, who just watched the video of Sheriff poking his girlfriend on the sheriff's desk. Somehow, though, he didn't see the video that his office got robbed, though, because that hasn't been brought up.
So that was them on the porno?
Yeah. That's why he said nothing. That's why he said nothing. Also, he's probably watching porn at work. But the other part of it is he was watching his sheriff have sex with a woman on his desk. Which again begs the question: what about the fact that your whole office was ransacked?
She covered the cameras at some point. So maybe after they had sex, she covered the camera?
How did she
Because
not
I
even?
remember her taking her shirt off and hanging it on the camera.
I do
But
that.
why wouldn't you do that before?
I
And
don't.
wasn't he passed out when they were having sex? Did they even have sex? Because she fed him and then she got on top of him. And then he just like goes to sleep. And then that's when she started ransacking the office with her homeboys.
No, I think it was twice. They
Okay.
legitimately had sex on the desk. I want to say to like, so she was trying to like get him like on board, and I think the second time he passed out that she did all the ransack. I thought they legitimately had sex at least once. Either way, the video is what the video is. I mean, Sheriff saw what he saw, so and there was a lot of moaning and stuff, so I can't see her faking it on a passed out dude. I mean, that don't make any sense.
And if you can fake a blowjob, I'm sure you can fake a sexual rump.
But like, who you faking it for? That's what I'm saying. If the guy's passed out, I mean, and you don't know the camera, I'm saying it doesn't like who are you faking it for? So that don't make. I don't know. It don't matter. Anyway, the sheriff's gonna see. Let's see what he does. More importantly, I guess, is that the butcher, the gay butcher. Imagine that the gay butcher at the at the grocery store, who apparently it seems like he has an eye for Brian, or maybe he just likes black men. I mean, that could just be a thing. Apparently he's calling someone. Like after he talks to Brian, seems like Brian is expressing concern about the cult, and then the maybe he's calling the black dude that he met.
They don't have phones, do they?
That's true. How do you have computers but you don't have phones? Computers that are likely connected to the internet. This doesn't make sense. Like, how is some technology holy but other technology not?
Just using Excel. You don't need internet for that.
The system has to be updated. Software has to be downloaded. Like it doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, I'm working too hard. But on this show, and I know I shouldn't. I'm my bad. It's Tyler Perry, man. Yeah. Anyway, let's say I was just glad it was no strong sexual content. Cause I was like, I don't know if I can see another episode like this. This series actually messed my head up. So when I thought that all BET Plus shows were like this. So like when I watched Family Business, like season 2 on BET Plus, I was prepared for like some real like filthy stuff. Not that I wanted to see it, but I was prepared. Like I was like, it may happen. I don't know. But like when it didn't happen, I was like, what? I mean, I guess only Tyler Perry is taking advantage of this freedom. I don't know. I'll see some of the other properties. Anyway. So what do you think is gonna happen? I don't think the authorities are coming to the camp. I mean, it don't seem that like that's happening in the last episode.
Well, if Andrew pulls off the murders, then I don't know. Maybe he knows how to clean up crime scenes. Maybe he'll. Well, no, he's in DC, so he can't go to Eric's place. I don't know.
It's probably gonna be internal struggle. Maybe because Oliver's lady got raped. Maybe this pushes Oliver over the edge. He gets Clark on board. Maybe Ruth and Tally are finally ready to somehow like make their great escape. Something like that. Maybe Lilo actually dies. Maybe he shits himself to death, and then now they have to figure out how to get rid of the body.
I don't know if this is a spoiler, but I think Tally does make it off the reservation.
Why?
Because on the Oval, she like escapes or something and comes back to, I guess, DC or wherever, from wherever they are. And then something happens to her.
How many episodes have you watched?
I haven't watched. I just heard a discussion.
I'll probably start the Oval. Nah, we still got to do Snowfall. Shit, I gotta go back and do that. Once we get like Snowfall caught up, then I'll watch the Oval. I'll do a little bit of both. I gotta see what's going on with this. Anything else for the season finale? Is there anything you want to see next week?
I don't know if the highest will be overthrown, but I suspect that we may be getting a new leader.
It would be nice. I mean, Daikon is the only one that makes sense. And again, if he somehow does that for Ruth, then maybe Ruth can convince him that just like Family Business, Sasha convinces Elijah, or tries to convince Elijah that, right, in that fake chess discussion, that maybe you should be the king so you can protect your queen type shit. Maybe Ruth can use her tongue skills to get Daikon to be like, hey, if you want to keep me alive and stop this man from cutting my face off, like you need to decide which lover do you want to be with. Is it better to give or to receive? That's really the question. That's real. That's real. All right. Anyway, we'll see. I'm sorry, man. Am I going too far? Is it, you think I was...
This whole series is too far, so whatever.
That's true. Yeah. All right. Sorry, guys. So that's it. Again, as always, if you're still watching this video, thank you. If I said anything that gives me a dislike, at least you watched the video, and I appreciate that. All feedback is feedback. We will see you again next week. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. You can like on the video, you can comment on the video, you can share the video. You can let us know why you watch Ruthless, why you watch us talking about Ruthless, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. What other shows would you like for us to review? Movies, we are open to spill the tea. Even you can buy some more stuff. You know, it's fine. We will validate it, and then we will watch it. But thank you as always for your comments and support. And again, in the words of Jerry Springer, take care of yourselves and each other. See you next week.